This is me. A sharpshooter, go-getter type of person. Early on in my career, I found out I have a niche for helping people connect the dots. As a millennial, I guess you can say is what we do. For more than 7 years, I worked as a resource for my communities in Harlem, Jamaica, Queens, and Washington, D.C. Now, 7 years isn't a long time, but do you know what has helped me in the last few years? Trusting my talents and using them to evolve. This is a story of change management in my life and my recent journey in implementing change sustainability. If you think about your life, change happens when unrealized potential is exacerbated over time. When new innovations begin to impact your life in different ways, and when you have a desire to grow, to bring yourself to the next level. This is me at work. I didn't feel like I was doing much at all, and I wanted to have a way to bring myself to the next level. So I decided to go back to school. Pursuing an MBA would be a best way for me to figure out how to move forward in my life and how to make things grow. But like any change, whether it's in an organization or personal, you're faced with a lot of different type of feedback. I was told, but you already have a degree and this is such a big change. You won't have any time to do anything that you wanted to do. But I know you can do it if you really wanted to. Now, this is a great idea, but how can you balance school and a full-time job? When we're looking at change management, this is a classic story of no time, no help, where the person or the organization has no time to get the change done and there's no help to help the process along. I was also faced with true believers and non-believers, where there were people on my side who understood the change and wanted to see the change happen, and non-believers who said this could never possibly work. And of course that left me with different fears and anxieties, where I wasn't too sure if this change was actually sustainable. But in order to make this happen, I had to walk the talk. And so I began school and I started working really hard, day in and day out. And over the next year, I found that I was finding new ways to impact change within my life and to show everyone around me that this change was in fact sustainable. Within a year's time, I graduated and on the journey now to reinvent myself. People around me notice the change and they're seeing how my education and my different talents can actually go ahead and benefit myself, my community, my business, and that I now understood the growth and the development of an actual business. To go ahead and look at an organization as a learning institution to change and develop new ways for impacting the world. I was now able to use different things like data to look underneath the hood and understand how things actually worked. I also, in order to sustain this change, I developed new strategy and purpose that will help me as a learning institution, as a learning organization, understand how to move forward with the change that I impacted. I established governance within my life where I was a change manager and a change leader in understanding my next steps and what to do. And lastly, I created ways of diffusing innovative practices within myself and my day-to-day activities, and to bring that to my workplace and to establish and to help myself grow as a young professional.